What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night, depending where, but hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto, to talk more about the markets. As you guys can see, the markets are actually coming back down. We saw this with the 4 hour. I was talking about the 4 hour RSI. On most charts here, Bitcoin was actually still trending a little bit upward for the 4 hour, but most other altcoins were actually coming down over the 4 hour, and we're continuing to climb. We're continuing to fall down from that. Yesterday was a really, really good shorting day. Made some pretty good money yesterday. I fell back in this morning to another shorting event just based off of what was out there. The 4 hour wasn't really recovering, so obviously I trade the 4 hour RSI and back into a short again. So here we are with XRP, HBAR. Those are all in shorts right now. Looking pretty good, but you can see that the cryptocurrency market is struggling a bit. The big discussion is crypto and or just Bitcoin cracking now? Are we officially in bear season? And I think the answer is yeah, we probably are. There's a lot of indicators out there. There's a lot of charting out there to suggest that most likely we're in the kind of a bear market here. And again, I say this all the time. It's okay to be bullish in a bearish market. That's what I am. I'm bullish in a bearish market. These are the times to buy. I think these are going to be times for people to enter the markets that maybe were on the sidelines, which people already are. People are already DCing in their way into some positions, and we'll see what this turns out to. But I mean, I think things are still lining up. There's still some really positive charting out there too. People are still very bullish, and we'll share those charts too. As you guys know, I like to share both the bearish and the bullish news. So we'll do that. But before we jump into it all, I want to say what's up to the A team. Let's see who we got in the house here. We got LTJ. What's up, man? Pipeline's in the house here. What's going on, buddy? R Lake. What's up, R Lake? Adam. What's up, man? We got Andrew B in the house here. Griff. Good to see you guys. We got Guy. What's up, Guy? Good to see you, my guy. We got Chipper in the house here. Mike. What's up, Mike? We got Poppy. Tony Punch. What's up, buddy? We got Like the Funky Beats. What's up, buddy? Embrace the fall. You haven't lost anything if you haven't sold. That is true. That is true. If you've continued to hold, you haven't lost. And most people are holding. Like I haven't sold anything. My long-term bags have been packed for a long time, and I don't plan on selling them. I know people look at that and go, well, why aren't you selling? There's just no reason to sell. I mean, why take the tax implications when you don't need to? So that's kind of how I always look at it. But Brodick, what's going on, man? We got General Mafia in the house here. What's up, buddy? XCL Mafia in the house. What's up, bud? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well with you. Who else we got? We got Anthony. What's up, Anthony? We got Anthony Hawkins in the house. Majestic. Folk, hoping we hear about that shutdown today. Yeah, there's some news out there. They're saying that the shutdown, they're projecting to be 5+ days. At least that's what came through on Polymarket. I mean, Polymarket's just people betting out there. But I mean, Polymarket right now is suggesting that 5+ days for the shutdown. I don't know what's going to happen, man. The shutdown's definitely not the greatest thing. Obviously, it's causing the markets to come down just a tad bit, but here we are, man. Alex, what's going on, dude? Good to see you, dude. We Three Kings, what's going on? Hello from Alabama. What's up, buddy? All right, let's jump into it. We got some news to cover here today. We got some charting that we want to go over. We're obviously going to go through some longs and shorts. We're going to talk about some leveraging and things like that. So let's jump into it. As you can see right now, Bitcoin has fallen back down about 1.96% over the last hour, down about 3.22% over the last 24 hours. Overall, the current market cap has fallen. Yesterday morning, we were at 2.66 trillion. Now we're down to 2.59 trillion as of today. Ethereum's back down to 22.41. XRP falling to 158. Yesterday, I actually had a short in on this. I told you guys my short, I was selling at 160. Made about on that short, made a couple $100 on that one, made a couple $100 on the HBAR one as well. And based off the chart today, I ended up putting one back in for 160. I put another short back in to ride that back down, and so far so good. You can see right now, Dogecoin, even with the news that Elon was going to come back out here and put Doge on the moon, still coming back down, pretty hot right now. A lot of these things are down overall. And then our baby back here, HBAR, continues to fall, back at ranking 26 here, about 15% down over the last 7 days, still falling about 1.69%. So yeah, a lot of things on the table here. Stock market, again, not looking too hot today. Obviously, the government shutdowns, making this not the greatest market. But you can see the Dow touches new highs. S&P 500 falls as traders rotate out of stock techs. S&P 500 is sitting around 50 points up, or 50 points down, sorry. The Dow is about 111 points down, and the NASDAQ's down about 315 points on the day, which is crazy. I mean, Musk right here announced this yesterday. We talked about this with the whole SpaceX, XAI. Basically, everything's going to merge together. I even believe that Tesla's going to merge with this. It's going to probably be one of the biggest, largest IPOs out there. and it'll be quite the show. Gonna be quite the show. No deal came out of the White House meeting between banks and crypto. The crypto czar did not attend. The meeting was held in an Eisenhower executive building. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the whole crypto. Every time we hear news like, hey, we're going to get some bills signed, or hey, we're going to do this, it just seems like I don't know, nothing really happens. I'm not putting too much weight into it. 2 shutdowns in under 6 months is ridiculous. Yeah, pretty crazy. The first shutdown was pointless. I think the second shutdown's kind of pointless too. It's all jockeying for political means. That's really what it comes down to. I think when you shut down the government, it's either party. You can look at it either way, jockeying for whatever they want, right? I mean, that's kind of what it is. And unfortunately, who takes the biggest brunt of it? It's the taxpayers. So why every time I go on lately, I have to unsubscribe to subscribe? That's weird, Dubs Mom. I don't know why. That is kind of weird. What's up, Stand Man? Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. Sorry, guys, I've been listening from the TV, still in the middle of something. Oh, you're good, bro. You're good, bro. Appreciate you being here. They're shadow banning you. I didn't get my notifications. Are they? They probably are, dude. Probably it happens in life. I don't know what else to do. When you've been on YouTube for a long time, they kind of move you down in ranking, right? I mean, you have to continually fight for ranking or fight for being moved up in the algorithm of things. And so, yeah, over the years, you probably just get knocked down a peg every year. So bearish pennant forming for XRP don't look good. Yeah, we can take a look at some of these things. As you can see right here, I'm going to obviously focus on Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is kind of like leading the pack when it comes to being able to zoom out, right? I mean, when you're actually looking at charting, looking at the charts, I mean, Bitcoin continues to rule the roost. I mean, for the most part, anytime Bitcoin actually makes some movements, most likely every altcoin is going to make the movement as well. And as you can see right here, BTC now trades below the 50-week EMA. The moving average is not looking too hot. Obviously, anytime we trade below the 50, that's something that we want to look at here. It says anytime that the crypto market is in the bear market for a 4-year cycle is in play. So right now we're trading below that 50 EMA, and you can actually go back and even look over here on. We'll actually pull up the charting over here, and you can see. I mean, we've been. Let's go to the day chart here. We've been below this for a while now. Even if you go to the weekly, right? The weekly just dropped below the 50 EMA. Now we're back below the 100-day EMA or moving average, and we're continuing to fall right here. You can see this is off the weekly right now. We've actually fallen below for Bitcoin, which on the weekly is sitting here roughly at 82,000 for the point of control, and it's actually bullish. It's in the bullish side of it. Obviously, the pink right here is the bearish. And you can see we've fallen below the point of control. So, I mean, we have now fallen into free fall. But the good thing is that we're trying to work towards, which I said this before, 68,000 is the marker right here. And because typically we bounce off of the 200 moving average, which is right here on the weekly. So, I mean, we're already heading towards this, the 200-day EMA right here, and which is sitting right at the previous high of the previous bull. And I mean, that's going to tell us a whole lot right here. But we're closer to that than we are back up to an all-time high. So, I mean, 68,000 right on the table there. I've been saying that for a while. If we do fall, we do lose support. That's kind of where it's at. And the major support right now, if you don't know, I mean, we're right here. We're going to see if this actually continues to fall. But back here in April is our level. I mean, that's at 74,337. We haven't came down and hit that yet. Almost, 74,000? We probably almost hit it. We did a double bottom here. So it basically comes down to whether we can support this level or not. Because if we lose this line right here, now you become 100% fully bearish, right? I mean, because now you've lost the support there, and we're going to continue down, and we're going to find a next level of support, which is right around the 68,000 to the 62,000, which is where this white line is. I've had this white line drawn in here for a really long time, because that's like your next big level of support after you lose the 68,000, because that's probably where it will go down to. It's about 62 if it does. And hopefully that's the bottom at that point. But people right now are panicking. I mean, people out here, you can see, I mean, people are losing support here, even on the fibs right now. And again, I'm not here to like stir panic or like stirring. I mean, I'm just showing you the charting on where this is at. And you can see that, look at this, the golden pocket's right where we talked about. The golden pocket's sitting right around that 62 to 61,000, which is right here on the 618. So a lot of people are projecting that that's where it's going to go here after we lost support at the 382 level on the fib, which is about 84,000. So a lot of indicators out here are suggesting that we're actually heading down to the 200 moving average down here. And, usually we bounce off it. We'll come down past it just slightly, and then we tend to bounce off of it. So I'm hoping that we hit that 200 EMA, or, the moving average there, and we bounce off, which would be right at the top of the previous high of 68,000. But, we'll see what happens here. Sucks YouTube doesn't reward loyalty. I know. YouTube's finicky, man, and it is what it is. I should probably start streaming on like Kick. I've said that before. I should probably start branching off to like Kick or off to what's the other one? Rumble, but I just haven't done it yet, dude. I don't know. Maybe I should. The need to resubscribe is a YouTube bug. It goes away after a while if you just wait. Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. But yes, resub. I didn't know it does that, Andrew. That's interesting. I get notifications on all my devices, so not shadow ban for me at least. Okay, that's positive. I have that's some positive news on today. We got Adam L. What's up, buddy? Oz, how about my Patriots? I'm about to replaying Russell Wilson, Malcolm Butler goal line interceptions all week. It'll be good, man. It'll be a good battle. I actually have the Seahawks winning by +17. I'm taking my putting my money on the +17 line, so I think they're going to beat the Pats pretty badly, or beat the Pats pretty badly. That's just my prediction. Just because I don't think the Pats. It'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to watch. I mean, going against the number one defense is always a struggle. So, and we'll see if May can actually get over the hump of all the pressure. So, obviously, he's been a little bit hurt too. So, Bitcoin is about to get smashed if Epstein is part of the Satoshi team. That's just rumor out there, Majestic. I saw that today, dude. Like, that's some crazy rumors. I mean, I think it's all just a narrative out here to push things. But I mean, is there any way to actually truly prove that without just people saying what it is? I don't know. Also, congratulations on wearing the gray hoodie. Looks good, but your beard is trimmed too short. I know. I trimmed my beard up a little bit for. We went down to California. It was just getting too long, dude. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to. So I cut it. I trimmed it up pretty good. Yeah, I wore my gray hoodie today. I'm wearing green, dude. I'm stepping outside the realm of black. So kind of crazy, right? Thank you for the TA. It helps out. Guy when he needs a multi-can Wooby hoodie. Excited for the Hawks. Darnold should have never left. Yeah, the Vikings are kicking themselves for sure. Darn voice sometimes mistypes like crazy. Oh, you're good. I get it. It's Austin, not Justin. But it's funny, dude. Fans' mom calls me Justin all the time. Rooting for Sam Darnold, but still don't like the Seahawks. We are live, boys and girls. What's up, Neil? Good to see you, man. So you can see right here, and again, Adam, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. So we see the loss of lines here. You can actually, this is what's crazy out here is that almost 12,000 BTC sell orders at 82,200 versus 400 buy orders at 77,800. And right now, a total of $1 billion on sell orders for Bitcoin alone. And I think if you look at this, I mean, once it hits these levels, this is going to be really hard for Bitcoin to recover from these, right? I mean, these sell orders will drastically drop this, but there's not a lot of buy orders, right? The sell pressure is a lot more than that of the buy pressure. So once this actually loses the 82,000 mark, we're going to continue to slide. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier is that once we hit this 82,000, we hit that slide, or sorry, 82,000, we hit the slide here. But there's just too much right here. Sell orders at 82 versus 400 at 77. There's just not a lot. And it just kind of sucks. I mean, in all reality. So when you start to look at this, and you can see that this what panicked yesterday. We had these levels hit yesterday at 82. They came down. Just wasn't a lot of buys down there. Who were up here at roughly 90. Or sorry, we're right here. Let's go to the 4 hour here. You can see yesterday. I mean, probably right around Thursday, Friday, we're sitting around here around the 82 marker. Massive sells came in. Then we came down here. We have more sells coming in here, and there's just not a lot of buys. So unfortunately, you have almost $1 billion that are in sell orders and just not that much in buy. So that's just negative at the end of the day, right? When you're looking at it, you're just going, crap, dude. Like, just not a lot of people are buying the market. More people are selling it. And institutions are on top of that. I mean, we go back and look at the amount of money that left over the last week. I mean, 147 million, 20 million, 817 million, almost, dude. $817 million sold right in January 29th, and then followed up the next day at 509. Yesterday was actually a good day. We had 561 buys, but right now we already know with the markets the way they are. You could actually go back and look at Arcam. We can take a look at Arcam here, and I guarantee you if we pull up good old BlackRock, they probably have already transferred a significant portion of their money over to Coinbase. So let's actually take a look here at BlackRock. BlackRock. I mean, the flows, they have money coming in here. They actually have money coming in. Wow. They actually are buying up Bitcoin right now. Okay. So yesterday, 5 hours ago, they were actually selling some Bitcoin. You can see right here. Look, this is the market manipulation that we talk about here. You can see the amount of money getting sold earlier today. Look at that. ETH was getting sold out earlier this morning. Let's actually go back a little further here. You got all these little point nothing here, but you can see right here earlier this morning, and then sells coming in for Bitcoin. I mean, they sold 300, almost 300, And then now, they're coming back in and they're actually buying. They're moving it over to a hot wallet. So you can see right here, Coinbase Prime hot wallet. So they're moving money over to the hot wallet and most likely getting prepped to actually sell it. So that's going to be, that's what people are probably seeing. They're going to get sold. It's going to get sold. And that's probably why the markets are coming down. You can see Bitcoin's coming down pretty hot right now, back down to 76, 2%. And XRP and HBAR are following. Here's my long position or my short positions I put in this morning. I put in right around, I don't know, 8:30, maybe 45 minutes ago. Or no, maybe a little longer than that ago. Maybe around like 8 o'clock. Wherever I text Wild Dog on Discord, I put in my shorts. When was that? Yeah, right around 8:35, I put my shorts back in. And you can see I put it in roughly 160.28. I sold yesterday my short at 160. At 160, I sold my short on both those, and I sold my short roughly at 0.909 for HBAR. I entered into the shorts again this morning, knowing what the markets were showing us, and so far so good. And so we'll continue to ride this 4 hour, make a couple $100 again today. Like I said, made about $665 yesterday off of shorting, and hopefully we're on track to make another $400 to $600 today. It'll be pretty good days. You start pulling in, $300, $400, $500, $600 a day, just off of shorting or long in the markets. Things go good. The good thing is you got to go in here and set your stop losses. I try to sell at 30%. So, we're roughly 10% away for XRP and roughly about 15% away from HBAR. So we'll have to continue to monitor it. But all indicators are telling us we're going to come down here. If you go to look at XRP here, XRP is actually 4 hour. I told you guys the 4 hour is there's my sell line from yesterday. I told you guys 159. I'm going to get rid of the sell line here. Sell line has changed now, but the point of control right now is sitting around 152, dude. So 152 is kind of where we want. In all reality, that's kind of where it's heading right now. The 4 hour's coming down. We've double topped on the 4 hour. I tell you guys all the time that the 4 hour doesn't lie. We're going to most likely come down and reset, which means that we're probably going to come down and hit a certain number here. We'll probably fall down. And we could probably go down to this point of control here, which would be about a nice little, let's see from where we're at right now, put you about roughly another 2%. That's not that far away, dude. 2% is not that far away. That would put about roughly from the buy to where we're at now is about roughly a 5% on the leverage trade, which is really, really good. That probably could be close to $600 to maybe $800 on that sell if I don't sell at the 30% marker. So Ondo is having some kind of meeting today. Really? Okay. My buy order is at 153. Are you longing that at the buy order, or are you just buying it for like a spot trade? I'm down about 3K. Should I take the loss and move on? 3K for what, dude? Like XRP, or what are you like in for the being down? Ondo's having, hey Austin, this selling on BTC, but who's selling XRP? Good question, dude. I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at XRP, there's a ton of. I guarantee. I don't know if the institutions are selling it, but I would assume that everyone, anyone on the ETF side is probably selling it. XRP is coming down on the 4 hour. Finally, I hope this resets. Monte Carlo has been bearish for 3 days now. Yeah, it's super bearish right now. You can see Monte Carlo is super bearish. We're talking 96, almost 90% bearish right now, right? The blue is bullish. You can see 90% bearish right here on the Monte Carlo, which is a really good, like I said, Watchman showed us this a long time ago. I loved it. I love it. I check it every once in a blue moon. And it works out pretty good. But you can see, like I said, tracking the point of controls is always the best right here. And that's sitting here at 52. So that should probably be the sell. That should probably be the sell line, is the point of control at this point with the 4 hour the way it is. 12 hours at the bottom. It's going to obviously get up, come down, do rejection. The good thing here is that 12 hours, this is actually lining up for about Thursday, probably Thursday. This actually could be Thursday or tomorrow, sometime tomorrow or Thursday. We could have if this continues to fall down, you can see here on the day chart, 7%. This is actually almost 8% that 145 is in play on the day chart, which is crazy. That's a pretty far drop. The weekly's changes though. You can see right here, 18% shows us at roughly 130. That's a big number right there on the weekly. You know what I mean? So everything is kind of showing us to be very bearish right now. And if this is the way you make money in these markets. So I've said this before. I know people get a little disappointed or maybe upset when I talk about leverage trading. Some people are like, why are you talking about leverage trading? You get people wrecked all the time, blah, 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 blah. But if you're in crypto, this is how you make money in a bear market. This is how you make money in these kind of markets that are just unpredictable in some ways. where you've maybe bought the tops, you're working your way through a DCA. These are the ways where you actually come in and make money in a bear market, right? Because you can't continue the DCA in and go down. So you come out here and you do some leverage trades, and again, keep your margin low, keep your leverage low. That's the key, dude. People over leverage themselves, and it just causes them too much. It's just too much. You know what I mean? I sit at a 10x. Right now I'm sitting at a 10x leverage. You have a lot of room with the 10x. You know what I mean? Right now, the liquidation price on this, and you can set a stop loss in before you even lose, because it's such a small movement. But you can see right now that I think my liquidation for H bar is almost 10 cents. It's right sitting at 0.099 for the liquidation there, and then 175 for XRP. So you can see that's my liquidation point on an isolated. I mean, that's roughly almost 25 cents. So you should be able to judge that and put a stop loss in before you lose it all, versus with a 20x or a 30x or even a 15x, you have a lot less room for mistakes. And right now we know that if you're trying to do this on like a 24-hour span, because I try to do my trades anywhere from I want to do 24 to 48 hours. You guys know that I try to hold it as long as I can. Sometimes it's shorter depending on when it hits, but I don't try to do scalping and things like that, just because it's just, that's too stressful. So let's see, I'm down about 3K. Hey team, what's up, my batch? Good to see you, dude. Oh no, I just got here and was saying hello. I was here. Someone breaks something at work. Someone broke something at work. That's not good. If BTC comes down to whatever, how quick it's not going to decouple that much, dude. I think that's just a lot of, that's just some crazy tabloid. I take the loss, the 3K 2 weeks ago, couldn't list 500 instead. You're saying take the loss. Talk more about leveraging. I want to learn. Yeah, Ashley. I mean, and the good part about this, dude, I tell everyone, I have a link in my description box. I'll tell you the truth, I actually should put the new one out there. There is a competition. Let's see here real quick. Let me pull up the new website here. I'll put it in my description box right now. There is a new competition out right now for people to. There we go. Oops. Is that the same one? Oh, he updated it. Okay, yeah, so it's the same. It's in there. Okay, so the link that's in there right now in my description box down below, you guys can click on that, and if you want to, you can create an account, which again gets you in. You guys can get some free perks and things like that. But anyone that's been part of the A team, there is a giveaway depending on how much you're in there trading and stuff like that. Right now, I think it goes into, let's see. Yeah, it's a $750 giveaway. So it's going to be split between two people. So $375 split. I listed out the people who got it last time. So you can definitely click on this. It's basically just a link you can go to here. Create an account. You don't have to KYC. You don't have to do anything. It's super simple. You just and you can send money over there. You send Ethereum and things like that. But anyways, there's a $750 USDT giveaway here for anyone that's in here trading. So whoever trades the most, obviously, is going to get the perks here. And I listed out inside Discord. Oh, right here. Here's the winner. So if this is your user ID number, you won some money last time. So. But yeah, you got to be under my referral code to get that. So that's your first step. But the good part about it is that you don't have to, even if you're new to this, you don't have to even put money in on it, dude. I always tell people there's a demo section to this. So if you want to trade and just want to learn, you could always just go over here to the perpetual funding. And then right over here, there's a little demo trading. And you can click on this little demo trading mode and go over into the demo side. And you could trade anything you want over here just to learn. And here's all the little demos that we put in here a long, long time ago. And this is the best thing to do, dude. Just go over here and play around with the demo, and before you even jump in with real money, because it's it's obviously new to some people, and it can be a little cumbersome, and it can be stressful. So go into the demo side before you do anything else. But that's kind of where you want to be, man. You guys are really creating the illusion you lose if you sell. No buffoons, you lose if you lose one. Yeah, but yeah, think about it, soldier. You gotta think about it, dude. If you have money in the stock, you're not going to continue to sell. I mean, again, there's a lot of implications with selling, dude. I mean, you're gonna have to pay. I mean, there's no reason to pay. I don't want to pay taxes on any capital gains, even if it's short-term capital gains right now. I don't want to pay on those. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, there's other ways of looking at it too. And so that's just kind of where it's at for me, man. But, to each your own. I love when people try to make points by throwing insults around. That's always how it is, right? We used to do leverage trading daily with Austin, doing a play of the day. I know I used to do play of the day a lot. I kind of went away from that. It just it can be stressful out here. I tried to throw some things into Discord now. Yesterday was probably the first time that I actually went into Discord in a long time and was like, here's what I'm trading. Here's what I'm doing. I should probably do more of that, but I'm showing it right now on stream too. So here's what I'm doing. Here's where I'm at, type of thing too. So, you're asking questions like, "What's up, Kev? Good to see Kevin. See Kevin in a while, dude. Hope all is well. Next pump, gonna try and recuperate." Well, the thing is that there is going to be a pump. I mean, we know that there's eventually going to be a recovery to this. Like, let's just go back to the 4 hour here. This 4 hour is going to come down and reset. It always does, right? It depends on how far we go down, but it's gonna come back, and we're gonna have a nice little rally. Just like this right here, it came down, and then we had a nice little pump up here. I mean, there's going to be chances for us to long this, right? Even if it's at a 7%. I mean, that's such a good return on a leverage, right? A 7% return on a leverage. It might not sound that good if you actually spot traded that, but I mean, if you're leverage trading that, and a 7% return on a bounce back is actually fairly nice. And this happens all bear market, happens all bull markets. Like, this happens all the time. So continue to follow this 4 hour. This 4 hour will probably come down and reset, which will probably, I mean, every time we reset, we typically lose a good amount. I mean, you're talking roughly 12%, 10 to 12%, right? This one's 10%. Yeah. 11%, so right in between. Last time the 4 hour reset, we can go right here and see last time this 4 hour reset, which was back on January 26th. This one reset back and it hit about roughly almost 9%. So yeah, I mean, those are good trades back and forth. You know what I mean? We're doing good before the pre-sale. Yeah, got to get back into the leverage trading side of it. Next pump, gonna try and recuperate as much as I can. That's the best thing to do. You're feeding them the meat grinder, Oz. Nah, I mean, you gotta. I think people, what happens is like what happened. I told everyone here, dude, you gotta start off with your leveraging small, dude. What happens here in this, and I know exactly what happens here because everyone. Not only have I experienced it myself, but I mean, I experienced like what other people do. And what's crazy is that what people do, and you can go back and even look at, and this is why I tell people, don't do this. Please don't do this. Is don't do the 50Xs, don't do the 100Xs, don't do the 20Xs. You know what I mean? Like, those are the ones that are actually going to wreck you a lot. You know what I mean? If you stick to like the 5X to the 10X and like try not to, like, everyone's trying to get rich quick, right? Everyone's trying to make a big bang, right? Which is like truly degenerate gambling. But if you're smart about it and you're doing like a 5X or a 10X, you can work your way out of these positions very, very, very easily. Your stop losses can be set further away. You have a longer time frame to decide whether the market's going to go down, recover, bounce, whatever it needs to do. So like, you have a longer time frame at a 5X to a 10X, but unfortunately most people don't have the patience for that. So what they do, they go out there and they start putting in 20Xs, 30Xs, 50Xs, 100Xs. And when you start to actually look at this, like, that's the most, like, that's literally the most dangerous thing you could do. And that's what a majority of people do here. Look at the chart right here. This is on BTC right now. Look at this, dude. You got, just on long leverages alone, there's 20.42 million, 20 million 100X leverages right now. There's almost 10 million just in 50X leverages. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like, just those alone are those are massive. Like, your chances are very small, right? Your small percentage. Like, if it goes up just a little bit, you're out. If it goes down just a little bit, you're out. Like, that's 100% like gambling. Like, there's no question about it. I think when you start to lower your leverage, when you start to lower it to like a 5X or 10X, it's a lot. It's a lot easier to actually play the game. You lose if you sell is like getting the wrong bus and trying to say, okay, so as long as you don't get off. There's always a bull market somewhere. Yeah, you could. I mean, like, dude, you can. I mean, if you're following it, you could short it, you can long it. I mean, it's all a matter of how people want to do it, right? So, funding bill to reopen the government stalled in Congress right now. 2 RS voted no. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, like, I think the funding bill is gonna be crazy, right? You got one side that's talking about abolishing ICE, and you got the other side that's out here talking about making the SAVE Act, right? So you're having two fights for it. I don't know how it's going to come out. I mean, like I've already said, most likely the filibuster is going to get blown up, and then Democrats are probably going to be really, really pissed off. It'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. guy, thanks for the update. I hope they come through with an agreement. Yeah, I hope so too, dude. Ondo's having a meeting today, and BlackRock will be there. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that plays out. I'm not really putting too much onto that one. Think of those BTC wallets that didn't sell for 14 years. Think of all the ups and downs they've gone through. Yeah, sometimes you just shut it and forget about it, right? That's kind of what I do. I don't mess around with my wallets a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like there's just no need for it. I just don't even mess with it to be honest. I just kind of keep it where it's at and yeah, just let it do its thing. Austin, this is the House of Reps, has nothing to do with the filibuster. No, but I think that this is going to cause because it's going to get pushed back, right? I think they're going to make the argument's going to come through. They're going to push it back to the Senate, even though Trump says not to. If you really have people out here that are like, hey, we're not going to allow this to go through, eventually something's going to have to be done, right? And so it's going to go back to the Senate. Senate's going to probably have to put in the filibuster. That's what's probably going to happen. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to sort of see how this plays out, dude. What's up, Cornish Crypto? Good to see you, man. Damn, I haven't seen Cornish Crypto in a minute, dude. Hope all is well with you. Are these good entry prices for long-term DCA holders, or do you think we fall more? We probably fall some more, dude. We probably have a chance to fall some more. Here's some more indicators out here. You can see right here, the rotation. I mean, this is what's crazy is that we've, throughout all the years of Bitcoin, you go back over here and you follow the trends of Bitcoin, and we've never really fallen out of this lower level here, and we have now. So this is kind of a crazy to sort of see. But really what this means is that there could be some potential for some corrections coming in here. Supply loss in metrics hits 44%, signaling potential bear market. This is off of crypto quant here. So, obviously bear shocks are happening here. Anytime that we have issues with supply, you can see supply loss here. We tend to go down. Every metric is showing that right now. So again, negative. That's kind of negative. You're seeing right here on this moving average that they have right here. This is sitting at roughly 55,000 is what crypto quant is calling for. You can see right here too that this is exactly the levels that they're talking about here. Come back down if you're pulling fibs on this. If you're pulling out on the weeklies here, this is actually the 1 monthly chart. So if you pull it on the monthly chart and you pull a fib on the monthly chart, they're showing retracements down to anywhere into the 30s, dude. So you have a lot of people out here who are very, very bearish on this. And you have a lot of people out here who are bullish on this. But you're talking about this happening. They're putting this trend out here happening all the way down into 2027, 2028. Like, this is a pretty crazy bear market. If they're projecting that this goes all the way into 2028, that's 2 years. Like, that's kind of crazy. But that's, again, these are people's just projections out there. But then you go to the other side here and you got a lot of people who are out here who are bullish, right? Last time Bitcoin hit the RSI's this level, we bounced back up 100%. So they're thinking that 180,000 could be the next thing that's incoming here. We got massive RSI's that are oversold. And I do like the RSI game. I tell you guys that all the time. I think the RSI game is one of the best indicators out there because it does tell us a lot about the project, or a lot about crypto, a lot about where we're going. So to see that, it's tough to say, right? It's tough to say which one. And so again, you could be bullish and bearish at the same time. Also, thanks for the updates on crypto. Most others have changed their channels to metals. Are they talking about silver and gold now? Everyone's talking about silver and gold. Well, at the end of the day, it's kind of crazy when you think about where silver and gold has gone. It's wild to think, and that's pretty funny. That's what happens in YouTube here, is that most likely people will jump on the trend, right? And so gold and silver is the trend. You know what I mean? Here's another bearish, not to spark any fears here, but here's another bearish one out here. It says this looks absolutely terrible. Bitcoin just closed below the 100 EMA. And you can see right here, last time this happened, BTC dumped 58%. So you can see this is the last time it actually came down on the 100 EMA. And if you go back and actually look at the 100 EMA right here, did the weekly, you'll see, did the weekly just close? The weekly didn't just close. Did he say weekly on that? Bitcoin just closed below the 100 on the weekly. Interesting. Yeah. But the 100-day, right here, we're talking, this is a couple days ago, but yeah, the 100 days right here on the blue for the weekly. And that's where he's talking about it closed. But so last time that happened, we actually fell, which was right here, right? This is the last time that we were actually fell below the 158 EMA, which is right here. But this is a different time, right? This whole instance right here was back during the Ukraine. I mean, this was the whole Ukraine war, and then this is the whole FTX. This is the Terra Luna collapse, and this is the FTX collapse, right? So Ukraine Russian war. Then you got the Terra Luna collapse, and then you got the FTX collapse. So there's three major events that happened in this time frame for it to lose that 58% they're talking about here. Right now, I don't think that we are I don't think we have any major like crazy news like that. Who knows? You know what I mean? I mean, at the rate that we're at right now with Trump and what's being said in the White House, I have no idea what news could be put out there, dude. There's for contended, but that House doesn't have anything on the table to send to the Senate. I thought that they had what they're voting on right now, right? Isn't that what they're voting on? Can't they reject that and it be sent back to the Senate? Isn't that that's what I was talking about? What they're voting on right now? Can't that be sent back? I know, because again, they don't want it to be sent back. They don't want changes, right? But if they're voting for changes, wouldn't it be sent back? Can we pull a fib on Sentinel and XCL? No way. It's not this way. Hope you and Austin can come to Cali sometime to get Birria. Dude, we were just there, dude. Birria is my jam, bro. Yeah, are you near LA? Lithium is at a great price. I have to take a look at lithium. Actually, last time that happened, it pumped beyond belief. True. I have been sitting on the sidelines today and have bought, I believe BTC is close to the bottom, bought BTC, XRP, HBAR, and Stellar. Oh, shit. Good to see you, man. Mr. Fantasy League. I know, dude. You were the champion last time, dude. We got a new champion this year. Next year, you'll have to jump in and play with us again, dude. I like how they call Doom on that close, but the same chart shows an epic run. I know. I'm with you, dude. Like that's again, it's hard to be be bearish, right? I mean, that's why I said it's you could be bearish in a bullish, you could be bullish in a bearish market and vice versa. But yeah, you could see, okay, this comes down 57%, but I mean the rally is going to be nuts. And I don't think 57% is on the table at all. That's just such a tough thing to swallow. I mean, like I said, I could see us getting down to like 62, which again is a fair line. If you go back and pull the numbers of how far this fell down past the previous high of the previous bull, if we're saying this is the true bear market and we go off history, I mean, then we're not that far away from the 68,000, which is the previous height of the previous bull, which is what we've always hit, but we've actually fallen a little bit below that every year, right? We go a little bit below that, roughly about 10 to 15% below that. And that's where the 62,000 comes in here, which is line I put in a while back. But I mean, that's kind of at the end of the day, like that's kind of where I think my low is here. But you can see even the bottom of this Monte Carlo puts at 56. The bottom of the Monte Carlo right here on the weekly puts you at 56. So we'll see what it says on the monthly here. I haven't pulled a monthly. Let's pull 1 month and see what it looks like. I mean, but when you pull back on the 1 month, dude, the 1 month actually does not look that bad. And that's exactly where you want to go right here. I mean, this is the next leg is 62, right? Anywhere from 68 to 62 is the next leg. Look at this is a massive amount of support right here. If you zoom in on this a little bit, you can see that even if we zoom in just like right here, we'll see the volume that comes in on this. The volume will shift here. But if you zoom in on this a little bit, the volume, I mean, there's a massive amount of support right here at 62. This will probably be, I mean, we just filled up this fair value gap on a monthly. Monthly fair value gap was roughly between 90,000 and 73. And we literally filled this entire fair value gap. The next fair value gap is right down here, but I mean, that's already been halfway filled. There's another one sitting right here at 69. I don't know if you guys can see that fair value gap right there, but there is one more little fair value gap sitting right here around 66. So, I mean, maybe we come down and wick that. Maybe the wick comes down and hits that. But this is like the next level right here. And I mean, right now we came back down right here. 73 is right at the top of this one right here back in 2024. So, I mean, we could be really close to the bottom right now. I mean, really could, dude. I mean, roughly about, let's see how far away we are from, oops. If we wanted to say, okay, it's going to come down and hit that fair value gap at 66. I mean, we're only 10% away, guys. Like that's not that far. If you really consider it, 10% is nothing in crypto. So like we're not that far away in all reality. 10%. I mean, we lost 10% in a week. We lost 13% in a week, 7 days. So another 10% happening to hit where we need to on strong on lines. I mean, that could definitely be within play. And I'd much rather that just happen and get it over with so we can bounce back. That's kind of what I want. When I got into crypto, I thought it was buy low, sell high to make money. I wasn't aware that you had to gamble in order to make good money. I mean, I think that it's just, again, it's all about, I said it yesterday, I think it's all a lot about, it's about time in the market, it's time in the market, not timing the market. And so a lot of people that have been in this market for a long time, like we've been sitting through it, and so that's why I said like even XRP, I'm still 5x up on XRP. We're still sitting at roughly almost a little over a 3x on ETH. Even with Bitcoin right now, I'm up 4x on Bitcoin. So and that's just because I've been in the market for so long, and like that's why I said I'm people get annoyed at me for being a little bit bullish, but it's like I'm happy. Like I'm happy with where it's at. Right? We'll see what happens here. Diminishing highs, diminishing dips. I say 60% from all-time high is a true bear season. I don't know, how far are we from all-time high? We're not that far. I mean, we're at so 30. I mean, yeah, you're saying 60%. That's down here. I mean, that's hitting the 200-day EMA, right? That which is right here. Actually, it's right here. Let's go back here. Let's go back to the weekly because the monthly is too far out. Yeah, you're talking down here to the 200. If you go 60% down, bro, gosh, from an all-time high, that puts you at roughly, I mean, that dips well below. I mean, that's at the bottom. That's at 48,000 right now. I mean, that's at the bottom. But, that's not that far, again, that's not that far away when you think about it. We're a lot closer to the bottom than we are to the top. We're already 41% down from, I mean, I think we're a lot closer to the bottom than we are to the top. We'll see if it goes there from here, but the House approved the procedural vote for the funding bill. Oh, did they? I just closed a fake short on Bonk, freaking 8K profit. Let that have been a real position, I'd be wrecked. Yeah, right. You're saying if you flipped it over from demo, everyone better smash that like button. Most people talk about shit from crypto's down. Austin's here still talking about it. Oh, I appreciate you, Andrew. Yeah, hit that like button. I don't tell people to hit the like button enough. But we took 284 people in here talking about crypto, and crypto's down, man. And people probably don't want to hear about crypto, but here we are, dude. Austin, October 11th taught us anything is possible. True. October 11th was pretty wild, bro. Austin could be talking about his true fandom, Pokemon cards, but he decided to talk about crypto. Amen to that, dude. I still got my Pokemons over here, dude. My daughters come over here and ask if they can open it like every day. I'm like, dude, no, those things should be worth like $1 million. Everyone, please hit that like button. I appreciate you, Ashley. I bought some projects a little too high. These prices are still a godsend. Yeah, we all do, dude. You transition into your summer hoodie. Yeah, you like it? No, we were down in California, dude. I got some new hoodies down in California at the outlet mall, dude. The outlet malls are awesome. I love outlet malls. I'm talking a wick. It won't live there. Yeah, you're talking a wick down there. It very well could at this point, dude. Those wicks come down pretty hot, but that'll be a massive bounce back. So I mean, like if you're really looking at it, like let's just say 62,000. If I believe that 62,000 is the marker, I should probably go put in some buy orders for 62,000. I mean, in all reality, because when that wick does come down to hit, that fill order is going to be nice, and that bounce back is going to be even more incredible. So, but would you see down to 50K? That's definitely a real bear market. I mean, it would be. I mean, anyone and everyone could have invested in Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really holding the whole Epstein thing to. I mean, like, it's just a crazy narrative out there that he's the creator of Bitcoin. Like, what? Like, that's a crazy thing. Everyone dips their hands in it, dude. Every crazy person's probably dipped their hand into every. I mean, look at what's happened out there. We got crazy drug traffickers, and like we got all these people out here who've done very bad things, and they've all dipped their hands in Bitcoin. Are we like all of a sudden freaking out now? Like, I mean, everyone's dipped their hands in Bitcoin, Like that's the thing, it's a decentralized, dude. Like there's no way, and there's no one, like you can't tell who is touching it and who isn't touching it. But like, yeah, how low for ETH? Interesting. Austin, realistically, you should have some orders at 20K. Doesn't cost anything, and I've seen some crazy fat fingers over the years. That's true. 20K would be crazy, right? 20K would be nuts. Yeah, 20K would be. I would be shocked if it hit 20K, bro. Gosh, that would be so disappointing. just go right back down to where I bought it at. Dude, that'd be such a crazy deal at 20K. That would mean Bitcoin, if it went down to 20K, let's just say it right now, that put Bitcoin at, I mean, at this price, it'd put it at roughly 83,000 or 83% down. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Okay. Most people, Bitcoin was the currency of choice for criminals. Yeah, it was 100%. I think we all know that, right? I mean, because it was decentralized. I mean, you had the black, you had Silk Road, you had all that kind of stuff, right? So, but now you have institutions buying it, right? You literally have BlackRock and then buying it. You think BlackRock's going to allow, like, you think they're going to buy something that's going to be like horrible in terms of a value? I don't think so. I told you the files would expose crypto ties. I joked he was Satoshi for years. Did you really? Huxell? That's actually pretty funny. I mean, well, I mean, if he was like, I guess, does that change anything? I mean, knowing that you know now, like, I mean, he's gone. I mean, he's gone. He's not touching it. It's sitting there. Everyone's got to admit that Bitcoin's like what it's created is genius. Everything that's followed, Ethereum, XRP, it's all great. I mean, like, he's gone. Like, the bad guy's gone. You know what I mean? Like, thank God. Austin Hill emailing directly to triple digits. Do it on exchange with trash liquidity. Have you ever thought of an exit strategy where crypto kept going down, you would leave it completely? Good question. I have not, Lionheart. I actually have not. He's not, though. I know people are saying that he's not. That's pretty crazy too. Who knows? We'll never know. And to be honest, like, I don't even know if it doesn't even affect my life. I could care less. If he was locked forever, makes even less tokens available. Yeah, Bitcoin's a pyramid. I have not thought about that, but I mean, yeah, 20K, 10K, JP Magnetic says you'll personally never invest a dime in crypto. And that's fair. That's fair. Some people, I mean, some people will probably never invest a dime into silver or gold. You know what I mean? Not that it's bad, just that people choose not to put their money in there. Some people will never invest in a 401k or a Roth IRA because of whatever reasons they got. I mean, I don't know. I think we all have our stuff that we like and don't like. And I mean, I like crypto. Some people don't, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not here like force feeding anyone. But yeah, we're getting close, dude. My short positions are getting close. Right now, 203 in profits for HBAR and roughly 245 profits for XRP. So two days right now. We'll have to move my stop loss. I'll probably move when I get off the stream here. JFK, Elvis, and Epstein are all low carbon with dogs and cats. Nathaniel, what's going on, buddy? What's happening on the Pure Wall token? I think they pushed off the launch until I think he said October. No, not October. August or something like that is what the word on the street is. There was an update. I did get a little email yesterday saying there was some update to it. So that's some positive stuff. Let's see here. We got, yeah, it looks like they updated. It looks like the app got updated yesterday. Oh yeah, right here. On January 29th, the app got updated. So there was obviously a new version of the Pure Wallet coming out. So that's good. I sold 3 mining claims in last week. There are still small, smart humans out there. Nice. That's pretty good. I have what I have in it. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, so you're saying like you're not going to buy any more crypto? Like you have crypto, but you're not buying. I get. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down, dude. If I don't remember, the 102 guy, BTC was at 900 on BTC years ago. One crazy wick to 102 lasted like seconds, but someone got filled. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, you're on some of these small. What Kev's saying is that some of these small exchanges. I mean, you can go out here and I mean, wicks happen. Like I'll give you an example. I mean, someone was telling me the other day, right? Like, let's just go to, or was it yesterday? People were telling me about the whole Dex tools was sent, and someone like a bot put in like 3 million, and it went all the way up. A wick went all the way up to like $3. Imagine if you sold that and liquidated that guy. That'd be hilarious. But I think someone said there was a massive wick, right? Someone said like a massive wick came in and went, like pushed the price all the way up. So, but I'd have to probably find it. It'd probably be too hard to find. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Is that you want to go and buy these on small exchanges so that when because again, some of these wicks come down, like BTC. I mean, you can go back and look at like when XRP, for instance, right? We can go back and look at when Bitcoin hit. Well, even dude, even with Binance, right? Go back and look at Binance. This is Binance, I think, right here. I mean, look at this wick that came down to 78. Like that's a massive, crazy wick right there. You know what I mean? I mean, that wick came all the way down and hit 78 cents, dude, 77 cents. Like that's a crazy. Someone got filled. You know, someone actually probably had a buy order somewhere along this line and got filled at 78 and it went all the way back up and they literally made, you know, what is that? 8, 16, 24, almost a 3x just on the bounce back. Like that's crazy, bro. Like that's super crazy. Just a sec here. I gotta. Cool. I took a beating. It's crazy. Yeah, I took a pretty big beating too. You playing with BHS at all, Oz? What's that? What's that, Broderick? There was a massive wick. It lasted seconds. Yeah, there was a small shrimp buy between that 3 million buy. What really bad? That's crazy. Did you know what is happening with the shutdown? I don't know a whole lot. Guy's in here. Guy seems to know a little more about the shutdown than I do. So yeah, we're Bitcoin's definitely coming down. Let's see. Yeah, almost there for my shorts. Who's selling this slow? On my chart 2 days ago, XRP spiked to $17 for a millisecond. I think something happened. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a pretty big wick. But yeah, we got these people selling out here. We got BlackRock. Let's see, BlackRock started to sell like that. BlackRock just sold. Oops, let's go. No, I didn't sell there. Let's go back to. Oh my God, where'd you go? Let's go BlackRock. BlackRock's yeah, they're moving over to their hot wallets right now, dude. 11 minutes ago, 27 minutes ago, 40. They're preparing for a sell right now, dude. Yeah, they're gonna prepare. They're preparing for a sell, dude. Yeah, look at that. They're selling BTC. They're selling BTC right now, 300. That's why Bitcoin's going down. They're selling it, right? They moved it over and now they're selling 300, 100, 300. Yeah, BlackRock's selling right now for sure. That's probably true, dude. I mean, MicroStrategies is a crazy thing, right? I mean, that's why you have MicroStrategy out here trying to buy it up. Mm. The only thing that would suck about that is that, like, my only question in regards to the whole the whole MicroStrategies thing, let's just say that you get liquidated. Like, you have to sell your Bitcoin. And if you sell that amount of Bitcoin, dude, like the markets are gonna literally get obliterated. If Saylor starts selling his Bitcoin to cover his losses so that they don't go bankrupt or liquidate, you know, so he can cover what's owed. And like when I think about that, like just imagine that Bitcoin getting sold, how much Bitcoin that is. I mean, Saylor holds a shit ton. I'm using 500x no liquidation strategy is. Dude, that's crazy, Gavin. See, yeah, that's crazy. Will strategy dump BTC? I hope not. Like I said, like I mean, like what Kev was saying here is that there's a theory out there of BlackRock, or not just BlackRock, but there's just people trying to liquidate MicroStrategies. More money, more problems, dude. It's a true statement. More money, more problems, and that's kind of where MicroStrategy is. They found a loophole, and then now people are trying to you know, they're trying to hurt that loophole. That's kind of how I look at it. I mean, in all reality, I think that people are trying to take out MicroStrategies, just like kind of how CZ did to Terra Luna, right? He found a loop. He found a weakness in the algorithmic stablecoin and exploited that. And I think that's what caused the whole thing to go down. It got exploited, but that's all theory, right? It's all. Who knows? I don't think we'll ever know. Strategy only dumps debt on their shareholders. What would be his max low he can handle? I think it just almost hit, right? Wasn't it 68,000? No, let me go back. I think it was I want to say it was like roughly 86,000, right? I think it was 86,000 is where, and then he bought some and it went back up. I have to go back and look. Tell you the truth, I think it was, or maybe it was 80. I think it was 80. So I think it was 76,000. I think 76,000 is his marker, right? Let's see. MicroStrategy. Yeah, let's see. I think it was 67. Yeah, 76,000 is the break even right now. So, as of early as of February 26th, MicroStrategy's average purchase of Bitcoin holdings is approximately 76,052 per Bitcoin, with Bitcoin trading around 77. So that was back here in February. It says, I think while not an immediate crisis, the company faces potential pressure from high debt obligations with significant convertible notes and a potential shift in how index providers classify the company. So that's kind of where it comes down to. But they bought Bitcoin. They bought 855 Bitcoin yesterday. To it's like adding margin to your leverage trade. That's basically what they did. They added margin by buying 855 Bitcoin. They added margin to there. So I think it's higher than that. I think it jumped up their average to like 77 now, or sorry, it went down to like 75 or 75,000. But yeah, right now, I mean, it's right there. I mean, we're at 74,000. So it's right where MicroStrategy is at right now. I mean, this is the price, right? So let's get rid of this right here. I mean, we're sitting at here at 75 basically. So I mean, right where he his purchases. So it's right there, and if it goes lower than that, I mean, it's going to be kind of rough. Down she goes. I got me some knives last year. I caught a fallen knife. I feel like BlackRock can rational longer than Sailor can stay solvent. I mean, yeah, BlackRock's huge, bro. BlackRock is giant. BlackRock's like a whole nother level. Like, you're playing with fire when you play with BlackRock. I feel literally playing with fire. So it looks like I'm almost close to taking profits, dude. Another 300, almost there, dude. Put me a total of 2 days. Last 24 hours, literally last 24 hours would be about $1,200. So yeah, not a bad day of work. Not a bad day's work right there. I just can't wait until we work our way out of this price. Hard to watch sometimes. Yeah, it is hard to watch sometimes, dude. It's a lot easier to be bullish than it is to be bearish. I'll tell you that, dude. The sharks are circling. They've been circling Sailor for a while. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Like, sad deal, but here we are. They could literally buy and immediately dump at a loss for as long as it takes to get rid of it. It's probably true. And that's probably what they're trying to do. I mean, you take out your competitors when it comes to owning Bitcoin. Get it, and then being able to buy it at a lower price. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole goal, is to be able to buy it at a lower price. So, sailing. What does it say? Sailing the current sea. Sailor's underwater. I don't think he's underwater by very much now, though. I think it's not that far off. I don't think it's that far off at all, actually. So, to be honest with you, it's not that. I think he's actually even right now. If I had to think about it. No, Epstein's not Satoshi, bro. Epstein's not Satoshi. It's getting there, dude. We're almost there. Almost to the profits. Now I'm like, do I be greedy or do I take it? Now that's the question. Do I be greedy or do I hold off and hit my numbers like I always do, or do I just be a little bit more greedy with it? That's the hard thing, dude. The 4 hour just looks so like this is hard to resist. Very rarely do we actually triple top, and usually it's only when we have positive momentum. Right now we have negative momentum, and every time we double top, we come back down and reset, double top, double top. You can even consider this a double top, double top. I mean, these are double tops. We come down, double top here, double top there. We always come back down off these double tops. I just don't, God, it's just like, do I wait this? Because I mean, this could come down. I mean, we could hit 151. You know what I mean? Which would probably be close to $600, probably close to like a 12 to $1,400 trade if I hold on to it. It would be about another roughly, about another 3%. That'd be probably, close to probably almost that could be almost an $1,800 trade right there. Follow your 30% rule and then just go back in. That's probably a good idea, Megan. Thanks for keeping me based. This is where you kind of think about it, because it's at this perfect moment right now with the it's at this perfect moment right now, and where the pressure is going to be right here is when it comes down and hits this 57, right, which is right here. You can see right here that there's a 57 marker right here, and that's going to be our tell. And we're about roughly, what are we? How many hours away? We're about 2 hours away from being able to really see where that goes. And if it passes that 56, dude, I think we're bottoming out for sure. We're not going to bounce off of that. Have you considered your channel more for day trading or long term? Holly, I think I just do a mixture. I think I consider my channel more. I talk about the news. I talk about the ups and the downs. I talk about I think I talk about a lot of things. I think I talk about long term. I mean, I'm a long term holder. I talk about my day trade. I don't know. I think I just kind of touch everything, Holly. I don't know if that's a good thing. That sounds really bad. Touch everything. I think I just try to cover as much as I can where I feel confident, I guess. This is my first year in crypto, and wow, what an experience compared to stocks. Dude, I remember my first rodeo, dude. And when it came to crypto, and you're experiencing the same thing I experienced. I think a majority of people that have been in crypto for a long time have gone through this. Like, we've all gone through this. Like, we've all experienced. Like, if you're new to crypto, like I've experienced what you're experiencing. I'm feeling what you feel. It's hard to feel that now because of being in the market for so long. But that's what I'm saying. If you give yourself like 2-3 years into crypto, you'll be in such a good position to where like you're gonna go, oh, I know exactly what Austin was talking about. Like, I know what Austin was, what he's feeling now, because you're gonna be in a position where you're like, yeah, dude, these little dips right here don't really matter to me. I knew you were gonna say something like that. I knew someone's gonna say something like that, Kev. Hell no, not in those files. I am not Diddy, bro. I'm here for a little over 1 year. Yeah, I started crypto after Trump got elected. It's not a bad time to get in there. If you bought when Trump got elected, dude, I mean, you're still in a good position. Yeah, I mean, if you bought in November, you're actually in a really, really good spot. Yeah, BlackRock definitely has taken its toll, dude. I got into crypto when Saitama was a thing. We've all been there, right, Cornish? Yeah, it's almost there. It's almost at that 30% marker. Bitcoin's trying to come back around on this next hour. The next hour candle is going to be interesting. I wonder if we're going to fill. This is where it gets a little interesting here, because this next hour, let's go to the hour chart here. Yeah, that hour is coming down pretty hot. There's a fair value gap right here. I'll probably come back up to 156. It probably usually will. The wick will come back up at some point in this hour. Will probably come up. I'll probably take my profits and stick to it and then play around with it. But yeah, this next hour, it's probably going to come back up. It usually fills about half the candle. This one didn't actually, but sometimes it'll come up and fill half the candle here and then come back down. It's going to probably bounce back right here. So close to taking profits. But yeah, this will probably linger around here. I think Bitcoin's going to come back around here too. Yeah, you can see this candle coming back up right here. But the 1 hour is at the bottom for Bitcoin. See the difference in here? 1 hour is at the bottom for Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin has a chance to turn back around, but the 4 hour is now working its way down. So you'll probably have another candle come up here on the 4 hour. You'll probably have a couple green candles in here. So if you're this might be the chance to actually long Bitcoin here, to at least get a little scalp here. I'm not going to, but I mean, you could probably put in a nice little scalp here. It'll probably come back up to 76, 75, 76 maybe. And then for the next hour. But this 4 hour is going to end here in 2 hours, and we'll probably come down and maybe hit this. So if you're scalping, that's the move right now. But I'm definitely not going to do that. And you'll see this with the, go back to the hour here. Probably see this little fair value gap get moved up here. DCA if you can, just sold the bags. Hell yeah. Sad, man. About 100K worth at $3. Gosh, dang, dude. So you're down about what? Roughly about 50% down. Gosh, dude. So you're about 50K in the bag. I'm down about 30% on XRP. Yeah. So I also remember my first gay rodeo, Stampede, Southern Florida. The clowns were fabulous. God. My first rodeo was the Ellensburg rodeo, dude. That was my first rodeo I ever went to, was the Ellensburg rodeo, bro. And then we went down to the Reno rodeo. The Reno rodeo was actually pretty fun. Do you ever wash your crypto bags like HBAR? Do you ever wash them? Like, oh, I did. I actually did. For tax, I went out there. I sold at I had a couple losses with HBAR this year. You guys know I bought HBAR back in what was it like? I bought it back in. I added to my bags. And usually I didn't do it, but I was like, you know what? I put like 20, almost $40,000 into HBAR last year, and I was down a little bit on that. So I ended up selling that and then buying it back. So yeah, so close. Now it's coming back down just a tad bit. I should probably just take my profits and move on. Bitcoin's dumping right now. What do you think of will be the bottom? We were just talking about that. The bottom. I mean, we're talking the bottom today, or we're talking the bottom like period. I mean, I was thinking we were just playing this out earlier. Oops, what's going here? We were just playing this out earlier. Let me go to the daily. We were talking about it. Let's go back to this one. 62,000. I mean, we're not that far away. We're 13% away from that. And 68,000 is the previous high of the previous bull. So I mean, anywhere from 68 to 62, I think if it's going to continue to drop, would be somewhere in that ballpark. It got Austin to say fabulous. Do I win a prize? You funny, man. Houston rodeo turned into mostly musical concert. Oh man. You're selling at a loss. Yeah, I just have a hard time selling for losses. Sold most of my XRP at 240 and bought a house cash. Damn, bro, that's pretty good. Congrats to you, dude. What platform do you trade on? I trade on a BTCC, dude. It's a non KYC. That's why I do it. So my link's in the description below if you want to. It's a no KYC. I prefer that. You just move your ETH over there, or you can do whatever. I just choose not to KYC, and I make all my trades on there, and yeah, I kind of stick to that. So you can see XRP is bouncing back now. I should have probably taken that profit, but it's all good. It's coming down slightly now. That bounce, yeah, I knew that bounce back was going to happen here. Let's go back to the 1 hour here. Get a little bounce back here. Hopefully we can hit our number here. But this will probably bounce back up and go back up to like 150. It already came back up to 156. So let's see if that wick comes up here. But the 4 hour, like I said, if you're holding for the next 4 hours, which is what I plan on doing here, or at least 8 hours, we'll see what this continues to fall. F those who short. Hey, we're all here to try to make money, bro. People telling you blindly to DCA have no clue what they're talking about. Learn TA. People said it's one guess. I need to say it again. Yeah, I think technical analysis is important. Definitely help you out, especially in markets like this. Understanding your RSIs, understanding your fibs, all those kind of things. Lunchtime is over in New York. What do you think about quantum risk? I'm not really. I mean, it's definitely, what they say, it's 2 years out. Quantum risk is 2 years out. I think it's definitely there, but I hope by that time they does BTC keep track of tax info? Just wondering. It does not. It does not. But what you can do, Holly, what I do to make it really simple when it comes to the tax purposes is that when you make a profit, right? So anytime I make profits on this, I so like, for instance, I'll give you an example here. Let me go back to my BTCC. So what I'll do is, I'm zoomed in on this. Go. I'll just go back up, and what I do is I go over here and I'll just withdraw. I just withdraw my profits and move it over to Coinbase, and then and then once I move it into Coinbase, I'll convert it to. I'll keep it as USDT, but I'll convert it to cash, and then it keeps track of my my buys and sells. So that's kind of the loophole that I did to make it easy. And then my Coinbase is obviously attached to my coin tracker. So cointracker.io is for tax purposes. And so anything that I do, it's tracked through Coinbase. And so if I, being the good person I need to be when it comes to taxes, I move it from here into Coinbase. So I'll move it off of BTCC into a or into a non-custodial wallet, and then I'll transfer that non-custodial wallet into from the non-custodial wallet into Coinbase, and then it tracks it then. So that's kind of how I do it. And then like I said, if you put it into USD, like US dollar, it then acts as a profit. You're taking profit. So you'll then pay taxes on that. So that's kind of how I've done it. And it makes it easy. It makes it a lot easier than trying to do all these, well, I made $5 here, $6 here, $10 here. Like I try to avoid all that. Just put it at the end of the month. Like here, I'll usually probably every week or two, I'll probably move this over into Coinbase, and any profits I make, I move it straight over to Coinbase and move it in $1. What's overall look for H bar? I mean, it's going to come down. I mean, it's already working its way down now. It's not going to come down too much further though. It doesn't have so much. You got to think. I mean, let's zoom out on this. Let's go to the day chart here. I mean, you got to think. Before Trump got elected, this thing was down to 4 cents. I mean, we're at 9 right now. We're at pretty lows. I mean, we're even below the previous high of the previous bull. You know what I mean? Like we haven't even got back there yet. So, like. H bar is definitely hitting this level of resistance that we've been sitting on for a while now. So even back in 2024, we're at the same levels. So I'm hoping that we don't fall too much farther for H bar. If anything, it goes back into the 7s again, which is again, 7s were actually accumulated it. Throughout all these years right here, I started to accumulate up the ups and downs, and it was about, I think my average was like 7. So I'm not that far away. H bar has been definitely an underperforming asset for sure. Very overperforming when it got up here, and I probably should have sold, but I mean, at that time I wasn't ready for it either. So I used Coinbase to cash out, no issue. Yeah, that's the best place to do it. You could always use Coinly. Most exchanges provide CVC files with transactions. Yeah, I like I said, I like BTCC because of we all prefer our own exchanges. I prefer BTCC, and they gotten better over time, and so that's kind of where I've just stuck. I had over a $1 rewards. I figured I'd let it ride. Now it's down to 21 cents. Damn. But all right, guys. I think I'm going to hop off here. We're going to continue to ride this out. Like I told you guys, the short end of the market's where it's at right now. And that's just kind of where it's at. It's kind of where everything's are leading right now. Even the RSIs are telling us that, you should definitely learn to Coinly is a tax software. Oh, I thought Coinly was an exchange. I never heard of Coinly. Interesting. I thought it was an exchange, dude. Hey, man. I honestly thought it was an exchange. It sounds like an exchange, Coinly. But yeah, we're seeing the markets continue to come down. Watch that 4 hour. 4 hours is the biggest thing to watch here. As you guys know, most of these cryptos, the 4 hour is trending downward right now. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, that 4 hour, it does not lie. So we know that each of these, even XRP is double topped here. Bitcoin's already coming back down from the 4 hour. Ethereum's also coming down from the 4 hour. These things are going to probably continue to come down here. The only thing with when you talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, these usually double top as well. So just be prepared for the double top on this. Like this will probably come down to like 66, 60, maybe come back up. Same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a tendency to do that as well before it resets. So you can see over here, even from back in January 1st, we usually will stay up at the top, bouncing around a little bit. Even here, even on our ups and downs, we bounce around a little bit. So expect this to come down, probably bounce up, have a positive day. We could probably have a positive day going into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Somewhere around that time frame, we'll have probably a bounce back in the market. Probably there'll be a deal made with the shutdown, and we'll probably have a bounce back in the market. Things will turn green, and that's what we're going to see right here. And so I'm hoping that that's what happens with Bitcoin here. The daily is obviously at the bottom right now, which is good. The 12 hours at the bottom, working its way up. The weekly's still coming down at the bottom. So I mean, like overall, the long term is that we're probably going to bounce back at some point. So just be prepared for that as well. Definitely, if you're in on any shorting right now or any positions, you should definitely put it in your stop losses, take profits. You should be putting those things in, and so that you're ready to rock and roll. And right now, Bitcoin's coming, or it's coming back down right now. I'm probably going to take my profits right now. We're at that 30% marker. So XRP just hit 30%. And now HBAR, so I'll probably be taking the profits on those bad boys and calling it a day. So that's about $1,200 in 24 hours. So not a bad day's work. So with all that, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace out, everyone.